Hello everyone. Today I am going to speak about drafting a charge sheet. Framing and drafting a charge sheet is one of the most important and vital steps in the process of conducting a domestic inquiry against an erring workman or an employee. What is a charge sheet? The charge sheet clearly narrates the charge that is made against a person in respect of a misconduct or an offense alleged to have been committed by him. There are actually 6 important steps that have to be borne in mind while preparing a charge sheet. At the outset, the first point is that it is very essential that we collect all the materials pertaining to the charge. In an organization, the workman may commit various kinds of misconduct, like he may remain unauthorizedly absent, he may argue with his co-employees, supervisors. So in case of, for example, in case of beating, assault or causing grievous hurt, it is very essential that we collect the victim's signed written report. In case of misappropriation, we have to collect or seize all the original documents pertaining to the misappropriation. In case of theft, seize the subject matter of the theft and take the employee's signature on the sealed cover or the sealed box. As far as possible, do not lodge a police complaint. In case of any misconduct inside the factory premises, like committing sabotage or go slow, the supervisor's written report is very essential. Once we collect all these materials leading to the charge or pertaining to the charge, the next step is to find out what service rules or standing orders is applicable to that particular employee. Also see or read through the misconducts which would be attracted to this particular charge. The third step is to narrate or prepare the charge sheet by narrating the facts. Narrating the facts would mean narrating the actions and inactions of the employee. The fourth step, the facts if proved, proves the commission of misconduct. So list out which all misconducts are attracted to this particular charge. Fifth step, give opportunity to the employee to reply by giving a time limit that is stipulated in the standing orders or in the service rules of the company. In case there is no time limit that is specified in the service rules or standing orders, give the employee a reasonable time depending on the nature of the charge. Finally, the sixth step is to ensure that an officer or a person competent to issue the charge sheet signs the charge sheet. Saying so, I sign off from today's talk. My next talk would be on drafting and issuance of a notice of inquiry. Thank you.